Some people have had some questions about the reality of meaning, and can't seem to come to grips with the concept that, without God, there is no such thing as meaning.
Perhaps it's not that they can't come to grips with it. It seems that far too often disagreement is taken for not understanding, or just rejecting on principle whatever is being proposed, which is, ironically enough, the person making the assertion not being able to come to grips with the concept of not being automatically taken as correct. Let's do this. Greetings, fellow space travelers. BionicDance here. Today we're hearing from someone who goes by Truth Speaks on the topic of meaning. Meaning can, mean lots of different things, but today we're really talking about its source, where it comes from.
I think most humans believe in meaning, and many are in search of the meaning of life.
Found it, $7.50 on Amazon.
Why are we here? What's life all about?
In a sense, we can compare this to the task of trying to find a needle in a haystack.
And now we run up against our first assumption, that meaning is something to be found rather than something that is made, which is ironic given meaning's origin that he later gives.
People are searching the universe to find meaning, like you would search the haystack to find the needle. The problem with this is that if there's not an outside entity to place the needle in the haystack, then there's nothing to find, and the search is in vain.
And now we reach assumption number 2, that there is only one possible meaning to be found and that it cannot come from the natural world. Take, for example, art, be it music, paintings, writing, sculpture, motion pictures, whatever. Even if we completely ignore the fact that not everybody can agree on what is good art, even those who love something will find different meaning in it. One person might look at a painting and go, wow, a hurricane, while someone else might think, the beginning of the universe, and a third might just say, guys, it's a colorful spiral. Hell, take for example my favorite band, Roxette. Put their name into a system like Pandora, and the suggested similar bands that come up will be based almost entirely on their softer, more ballady pop stuff. But I'm rather more a fan of their faster-paced rock and roll songs. Obviously, to me, their meaning is different than to other fans. Meaning comes from us. There is no needle to find in a haystack. We make the needle from the hay.
The good news is that the fact that we can find any meaning in the world at all, that our very words have some meaning, or that we see a universe full of complex systems with purpose, just goes to show the necessity of an ultimate meaning.
That made no sense at all. Our words have meaning that we gave them. Without that meaning, they'd just be sounds, but we decided that certain sounds made in a certain order would indicate certain things like actions, objects, concepts, colors, etc., and sounds in other orders would string them together to form more complicated meanings. But those meanings were not given to us. We had to make them in order to communicate with each other. And you cannot claim that complex systems have purpose without being able to show what that purpose is. To have purpose, there must be a goal. Something must be accomplished. And I have never seen or heard anybody make a case for what that end game might be, which could stand up to critical scrutiny based on testable data. And how any of that indicates that there must be an ultimate meaning is one heck of a leap with no explanation at all. That we have words and the universe operates in a fairly regular fashion somehow translates into ultimate meaning. How is that exactly? It's like we're supposed to just know and to accept sight unseen.
That ultimate meaning is the needle in the haystack. And I would submit to you that this ultimate meaning showed itself to the world about 2,000 years ago, when the Word became flesh.
Whoa now, I think you mean 1,200 years ago when Odin's people were raiding and conquering Europe, right? Or about 5,000 years ago when the followers of Ra ruled Egypt? Or was it a long time ago when light and dark followers of the Force fought each other in a galaxy far, far away? You don't get to just say that meaning came from your God, even if meaning weren't something that came from within each of us. To claim that its source just happened to be from your personal religion still requires a smidge or two of proof.
Jesus is the meaning of life, and He is what you're searching for whether you know it or not.
Oh, well, I'm glad we cleared that up then. It's good you're here to tell us these things, otherwise we might have gotten it all wrong.
He is what sets the true definition of meaning in stone, because Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life.
Screw this the way, the truth, and the life business. If I want a story about Jesus with a title like that, I'd rather see The Favor, The Watch, and The Very Big Fish, which I've never seen, but IMDb says Jeff Goldblum thinks he's Jesus in it, and that's good enough, right? Maybe I'll go dig up a copy. Until next time, fellow space travelers, this is BionicDance saying don't run on automatic. Instead, please think. Hey, this is a nice computer you got over here. Be a shame you didn't subscribe to BionicDance. I'd hate for something bad to happen to it.